Engage autopilot. Engage autopilot. Good. Good. It is those trees and the shadows that are causing some issues. Let's see, this is autopilot, no hands, no feet. It's lost this line, now I get it back. There's a car in front of us. Okay, it's gone. Still autopilot. Scary. It is shifting back and forth. Losing the line, regaining the line, blah, blah, blah. Nobody's in front of me, I have to stop on my own. So when I brake, it has to hold, and then you can see that I can move the front seats, but I can't move this. I can move the second row seats, but I cannot move the seat right behind me because I'm sitting in it. I would think. I think if someone else was sitting in the passenger side, I think it will also stop the rear seat from being moved, and only the middle seat would be able to move. I don't know how stable this is, the video. I don't know how usable it is with me sitting here. So we will see when I get back and review the footage. This is on my shoulder instead of mounted on the windshield, which transmitted too much micro vibrations. So I am trying to lean a little bit because this one is tilted. My shoulders are tilted slightly downwards, and this one doesn't have the ball adjustment to correct that issue. So I'm having to drive kind of lopsided. So let's engage autopilot. As you can see, it took that car and it's following that car since it cannot read the lines. Once it gains the lines, it will use the lines instead of the car in front of you. I think I need 2 cameras, maybe one to show the road and one to just show what's on the screen while I'm using autopilot, so that you can see what happens during autopilot and be able to assess how useful this may be for you. For me, I do about 90% of it using autopilot going to work. So as you can see, it brakes for you. This guy is not entirely in his lane, so it's trying to follow it, which is bad because that guy is a bad driver and he's distracted. And you have to be able to know that this guy is distracted and that autopilot is not working well now because it's following a distracted driver until it regains the lines again, like right now, and it's still following that distracted driver, which I don't like. Over the hills, it doesn't work very well because it loses the lines. Just like a normal person, you can't see the lines at certain times. So I'm still following. There it goes again. It switched to, there it goes. This is like, I have to disengage it because it was just going all over the place. And yeah, it's not meant to be used in this kind of setting, which is basically in local streets. But again, you can use it, but just be extra cautious. Here we go again, engaged again. This presents a slight challenge with the shadows and stuff on the street. So have to be also extra cautious. And people usually turn on this lane into a business of some sort. So you may need to monitor it. Autopilot usually stops pretty well, but certain situations it doesn't like, and when there's like some merging and lines and stuff, it's definitely a challenge for it. Like right now, there's no lines, so I have to brake it with some tension on the steering wheel, and also a light tap of the brake. Or I can use the cruise control stalk and just push it away from me to disengage. So let's re-engage it and then move over, because I don't want to follow this asshole. Oh, it's a lady, and she is so distracted. She's playing with her phone or whatever it is. It's crazy. Nowadays, people are so distracted with everything. Really, really bad. So right now, there's no car for me to follow, so I had to stop it. It's currently on hold. One of those features I like in the Model X is when you press the brake, you come to a complete stop, it will hold the car for you. And here we go. Some light acceleration. And go back into this lane and re-engage autopilot. And then right now it's restricted to 40 miles per hour because it hasn't seen a speed limit sign. So it's gonna go a little slow, but look at it, it's like all over the place. Now it's going back to the 58 miles per hour that I set before. I'll slow it down a little bit because I don't want to get a ticket. Again, that hill over there is gonna prevent. I had to stop that because I didn't like the way that other person was driving so close to the medium. And yeah, over here presents a slight challenge again. It cannot see the lines, so it's it's really bad when it cannot see the lines. It just goes all over the place. So right now the lines are really clearly defined. No one's in front of me. It's going at my set speed limit, and yeah, it's doing a great job. But again, if there's no car in front of me, I have to watch out for the spots, the lights, because I will have to brake myself. And by braking, I disengage the autopilot. So there's still a green light in front of me. There's nobody driving in front of me, so I have to make the decision to stop, or else autopilot will run the red. So let's give it a little gas. No, I don't need to. Oh, look. Just in time, past that. So here we go. We are still on autopilot, going at 55 miles per hour. There's a guy who wants to come in. Hopefully not. Okay. And there's turning lanes. Let's see how it treats this. I think I want to take over because there's just too many disengaged, and then yeah. So this is where it gets confused. Oh look, there's somebody I recognize.